I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've never played the original version of Final Fantasy VII because I was about, well, about -6 years old at the time. When the game was announced, I didn't know what all the fuss was about. Everyone was looking forward to this game, but I only heard about it like twice. And not only did I never play Final Fantasy VII, but I never played any Final Fantasies. I've already made a review of this game like half a year ago, but I didn't really like how it turned out. And because, well, only about 4 people actually saw that video, there was no harm in deleting it and making the whole thing again. If you were born in this century and still didn't play this game, well, imagine a world where everything pretty much went to shit. Yes, just like our world. The game takes place in a sweet old city called Midgard. It's not exactly a friendly place. It's being run by a bunch of corporate assholes called Shinra, and they're mining something called Mako, which is like oil but glowy. As you can imagine, that is not exactly good for the planet. Knowing that, a group called the Avalanche decided to hire this guy with magical blue eyes to help them take down Shinra and save the planet from corporative greed, but of course it's not as easy as I made it sound. The whole game is as long as my wang, and this is only supposed to be the first part, so yeah. You play as the guy with magical blue eyes I mentioned earlier, named Cloud. He's a pretty cool guy. He has this big sword and a nice haircut, and well, he has his way with the ladies, if you know what I mean.
Cloud, up top!
Okay, Cloud, it's the moment you've been waiting for. You got this, man. You got this. I believe in you. Yeah. He is a part of a group called the Avalanche, and even though they are, well, terrorists, I will not make a joke about that because my mom said that terrorist jokes are not funny, so you know. In order to save the planet, you decide to cause a few explosions, destroy a few workplaces, and kill a few people.
Because that's what heroes do.
Of course, the whole thing is not as plain as I made it sound. Your fight for freedom will take you from slums to fighting arenas to factories and even to some weird places where some weird shit happens. This game is very different from the games I'm used to playing, but that does not make it any worse. It's good that games sometimes just let you pick up a giant sword and let you chop up some robots. The combat is very different from anything I'm used to. By pressing X, you actually pause the combat to use spells or abilities, or you know, let's be honest, go take a piss. If you ask me, it's sometimes fun to just press square until your finger falls off, but that does not mean that this game isn't difficult. Let's just say for such a big ass sword, it sure makes well, not a lot of damage. There was this creepy house or something that you have to fight against, and I'm not joking, killing that thing took me like an hour. But during combats you not only play as Cloud, but you actually get to switch between characters. For instance, you have Barret, who's this badass dude who fights with a freaking machine gun instead of an arm. Look, it might not make sense, but it's cool as shit. I probably never played a game where there would be so many different types of enemies. You have things that fly, you have robots, you have red creepy things, you have sexy version of Man in Black, you have this dude with an even bigger sword than yours, so don't worry, you'll be busy. There is so many characters, they're all different, they have different personalities, they have different things that define them. Like Tifa, for instance, she has a pair of the most beautiful, most perfectly shaped, let's say personality. She has a pair of 2 beautiful personalities. I pretty much like all of the characters, from Russian pirate Sergei and Cujo, all the way to Cuddly Rambo and Dr. Phil with the toupee. Considering how many characters this game has and considering just how well they're all created, it would be so cool if you would have like choices that decide which of them gets to live and which doesn't. You really get to develop bonds with all of the characters, you get to know their backstories, but as I said, there is a bunch of differences between an American game and a Japanese game. This is how a man looks like in a Japanese game, and this is how a woman looks like in an American video game, so yeah.
This exclusive treatment is reserved for our most well-to-do patrons.
What do you say we make a song? What you're about to see is a piece of art that a 17-year-old made because he was bored and still young enough that people may forgive him if they think that the following song is inappropriate. All rights reserved. Enjoy the show. Yep, that was weird. That was weird. The world is just amazing. All the chapters take you somewhere new. It's not exactly an open world experience, but during some quests you get to walk around the slums, you can help people in need, and you can even play all these mini games like darts, squats, pull-ups, dance-offs, you know, the usual stuff. As for the side quest, it is kind of fun to help kids find their cats, or help kids find their way back to the kindergarten, or collect boogie metal so you can buy stuff from a 12-year-old arms dealer. Whoa, there is a lot of side quests featuring kids. Personally, I can't wait to play part 2. There was even a part of me that actually wanted to buy the original version of the game and play it right now. If I'd had to rate this game on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a rock solid slap on a butt cheek 9. Everything is pretty much as it should be, everything is great, so if you still haven't played this game, go do that right fucking now. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed staring at Tifa's boobs for 30 hours, so I guess see you in the next video.
Looky here, boys! Caught us some burglars!
Coming into our homes and stealing our shit, doing crimes.
I'd say we're owed compensatory damages.
Government composite. I don't get it.